আজিৰ আমাৰ মঞ্চত উপস্থিত NEDFIৰ চেয়াৰমেন এণ্ড মেনেজিং ডিৰেক্টৰ শ্ৰী PVSLN Moti, NEDFIৰ এক্সিকিউটিভ ডিৰেক্টৰ শ্ৰী বৰুৱা ডাঙৰীয়া, আমাৰ আজিৰ এই NEDFIৰ ২৭তম প্ৰতিষ্ঠা দিৱসত উপস্থিত সুধী মণ্ডলী আৰু বিভিন্ন বিদ্যালয়ৰ পৰা অহা কণ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী বন্ধু বান্ধৱীসকল, আমাৰ মাইক্ৰ'ফাইনেন্সৰ আঁচনিৰ লগত জড়িত হ'ল and inaugurate 5 programs which has been launched in connection with NEDFI's completion of 27 years of service to the people. Moreover, I am delighted to have distributed school uniforms to our students which are produced in handloom by our local weavers. Besides these two, I am happy to launch NEDFI Haat website and inaugurate the training program for applicants under Ognibir scheme here today. In addition to that, I am also happy to launch a mobile app for advancing Northeast, a joint initiative by Northeast Council and NEDFI. These are some of the novel endeavors of NEDFI, which I am sure will have far-reaching impact in the field of entrepreneurship development and capacity building of our youth. I humbly congratulate NEDFI and all stakeholders for this endeavor, which has been initiated at a time which is very special for whole of our nation. At present, we stand at an important juncture of our country as we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In a few days from now, our country will complete 75 years of its attaining independence. When the nation is celebrating 75th year of its independence, the country and the countrymen, under the leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, are committed to their resolve to realize the vision of India for next 25 years and making it a Amrit Kal. We have to walk at a very fast pace, both at individual and institutional level, to fulfill the expectation of our countrymen. It is really heartening that NEDFI, which is celebrating its 27th anniversary, is also playing an important role in empowering our region and its citizens. I hope that NEDFI's micro-lending scheme with loan size of up to rupees 2 lakhs to each beneficiary will help the micro-entrepreneurs in setting up and expanding their economic activity in Assam and other northeastern states. I urge the people of the region to take benefit of the scheme and become self-reliant and independent with their venture and contribute to the growth of our society. Moreover, I am happy to state to you that our government, both at the center as well in the state, have taken several initiatives so that entrepreneurs of our young generation get financial and self-employment opportunities. You will be happy to know that our state government has been giving emphasis on 3 fronts, which are startup, cluster development, and enterprise development. We are working to promote potential areas of the state so that they can be brought up to the value chain to help those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. We have also rolled out a microfinance loan waiver and incentive scheme to benefit about 24 lakhs women across the state. Today, we are also launching NEDFI Haat website, which will be a very powerful platform for market linkages to the artisan and waivers. I am moreover told NEDFI has permanent showroom at Guwahati, Greater Noida, Aizawl, Mahabalipuram, etc. I am happy to note that with the launch of NEDFI Haat, the products will be made available all over the country and overseas too. It will be an effective platform for NEDFI to reach out to the places with its products and services. The site will also increase NEDFI's presence, cutting across all boundaries. The innovative pilot experiment carried out by NEDFI to use handloom product cloth for school uniform is a good step, and this will expand the market share for weavers. This will be a great step towards making our weaver Atmanirbhar and will augur well in boosting the economy of the state. I am given to understand that an exhibition program under the theme Har Ghar Tiranga has been adopted, which is a welcome step, especially when the nation is preparing itself for flying tricolor for 3 days ahead of Independence Day starting from August 13 to 15. I hope the people visiting the exhibition, apart from buying the craft product of NER, will carry at least one flag to their home to make the Har Ghar Tiranga a grand success. Today the occasion is even more important because of the fact that NEDFI, as a part of its corporate social responsibility, has launched a training program for applicants under Agnivir scheme to encourage, train and motivate the aspiring Agnivir aspirant to join the armed forces. NEDFI, with support from the Army Formation of Tamulpur, will impart training to approximately 100 Agnivir aspirants. This will definitely enable youths from the remote and interior areas to benefit from this training. Considering the smartphones have become the most common device for accessing information by today's youth, launching of the Android app of Advancing Northeast Portal is yet another important milestone of today's program. This app will provide more personalized update, faster access and better user interaction. With this launch, the app will be available in Google Play Store, from which the user can download free. I extend my heartiest congratulations to NEDFI and everybody associated with the body on the occasion of completing 27 glorious years in service of the nation. Starting its journey as a humble organization, today it has transformed itself into a credible and reliable financial institution in the areas of lending and enterprise creation. This day will also be remembered as an important day for empowerment of our MSME sector to increase its patronage. Once again, I'd like to thank NEDFI for its patronage and hopes it continue to act as potential platform for vocal for local and glorify our own products to promote Atmanirbhar Bharat. Khudibinda, আজি NEDFIৰ ২৭তম প্ৰতিষ্ঠা দিৱস আৰু এই NEDFIৰ ২৭তম প্ৰতিষ্ঠা দিৱসত কেইবাটাও আঁচনিৰ লগতে মাইক্ৰ'ফাইনেন্সৰ ওপৰত যিটো আঁচনি ইয়াত লঞ্চ কৰা হৈছে সেইটো মই ভাবোঁ যে আমাৰ ৰাইজৰ মাজত বহলভাৱে প্ৰচাৰিত হ'ব লাগে। আমি সকলোৱে জানো যে যোৱা ৫টা বছৰ আমাৰ মাইক্ৰ'ফাইনেন্সৰ যিটো সেক্টৰ সেই সেক্টৰত যথেষ্ট ঘাত প্ৰতিঘাত আমি দেখা পাইছোঁ। From state government point of view, we have seen turmoil and we have seen social instability because of the unplanned scheme of MFI which were launched in Assam. MFI সকল আহিলে অসমত কোনে কাক চিনি নাপায় জানি নাপায়, they come, they set up their offices and they start lending at the interest rate of 27%, 28%, 30%. আৰু ৰিকভাৰী যিটো মোড তেওঁলোকে এপ্লাই কৰিলে যে মানুহৰ ঘৰৰ পৰা টিভি লৈ আহা, মানুহৰ ঘৰৰ পৰা ফ্ৰিজ লৈ আহা, it created lot of imbalance. Otherwise, MFI lending is a very pious and very good scheme. আমি যদি চাব যাওঁ in the context of although the loan component is not very huge in যদি আমি চাব যাওঁ যে formalized banker যিমান credit হয় তাৰ তুলনাত MFI credit percentage is not very high, but those were very quality lending. কিয় ই মানুহৰ যাৰ bottom of the pyramid থাকে দুখীয়া মানুহ কিবা এটা কৰাৰ ইচ্ছা আছে তেওঁৰ লোকৰ হাতত ডাইৰেক্টলি এই লোনটো গৈ পৰিছিলে। And initial report was very enthusiasm because it has 100% repayment. Today also we are discussing here that MFI loan had a track record of 100% return. আৰু সাধাৰণতে গাঁৱৰ সিম্পল গাঁৱৰ সহজ সৰল মহিলাৰ ওচৰত এই লোন যায় আৰু when I met many people সকলে কৈ আছিল যে ইয়াত 100% loan recovery. So our interest should have been that from MFI how we can take a people to the MSME level. You start with MFI, then take it to the MSME level, from where from a dependent they will become employer. The central theme of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative of financial inclusion or his startup is everything that আমি যদি প্রত্যেক মানুহে আৰু দুজনক যদি এমপ্লয়মেন্ট দিব পাৰো তেতলে ভাৰতবৰ্ষত কোনো ধৰণৰ আনএমপ্লয়মেন্ট নাথাকিব সেলফ হেল্প গ্ৰুপ বিলাকে যেতিয়া কাম আৰম্ভ কৰে এমএফআই বিলাকে যেতিয়া কাম আৰম্ভ কৰে তাত একোটা প্ৰডাকশন হাবলৈকে দে ট্ৰান্সফৰ্ম ইটসেলফ আপোনালোকে আচৰিত হ'ব যে হৰ ঘৰ তিৰংগাত আমি 33 লাখ ফ্ল্যাগ বনাইছিলো so far we sold each flag এতিয়া আমাৰ হাতত ফ্ল্যাগ নাই and our self help groups had a turnover of 12 crores 12 কোটি ফ্ল্যাগ বনাইছিলে 12 কোটিয়ে বিক্ৰী কৰি খতম কৰি দিলে যোৱা কালি ৰাতিৰ এটো নিউজ এতিয়া ইটো অসমবাসীৰ মাজত দেশপ্ৰেমৰ এটা পৰিচয় দিছে যে now har ghar tiranga is no longer a government initiative it has become a people's movement so very clear about that second that our self help group can produce and potential that asset that they can transform themselves to a production center growth center thereby from self-help group to MSME, from MFI to MSME. MFI sector, when we came, many MFI lender has come, their motive was very wrong. Like, I don't mind naming, banks like Bandhan did a great injustice to the cause of the Assam MFI sector. They transform it like banking irregularities. You give 40,000 loan, sanction hoy gol paper or disburse dekhwale, but actually you do not disburse. You keep the amount with them itself. One hand you will earn interest, and one hand the entrepreneurs has to pay the interest of 40,000, although actual disbursement is 30,000. Balance 10,000 has gone to their fixed deposit. You try to squeeze MFI with 27%, 25% interest rate to be returned, that sector cannot grow. Moi Delhi pra airport ahu 12-15 ta manu flight log pau kota hise kotha pato amar Hibosagarot landing ase bole Hibosagar keneke jay they don't know. I met many of the fellow MFIs in this sector, they do not know anything. They have deployed some local musclemen and try to extract money from the MFI sector. Tetia ki hol, when there is a policy from this side, obviously every policy society tata counter policy nije arambho hoy. Jetia agor dinot apnaloke jane jetia konoba jagat police khub otyachar kore teta purush manu bilak paharoleke gusi jay mohila sokolok aguai die. Society create those innovation on their own. Jetia Bharatot Islamic শাসন ব্যৱস্থা আহিলে হিন্দু ব্যৱস্থা ধ্বংস হল তেতিয়া মানুহে কি কৰিলে যে সমাজ হ'ব লাগে but at the same time they have to move around কেতিয়া আহে সোৱালি কেতিয়া লৈ যায় কি কৰে ঠিক নাই so they created joint family structure when they move along with the joint family so that এখন ভিলেজৰ ফিলিংস এটা তেওঁলোক জতে যায় তাতে তেওঁলোকে পাই থাকিব পাৰে what I am trying to emphasize যে যেতিয়া society আমি যেতিয়া কাৰোবাক পুশ কৰিম Isaac Newton that every action is a equal reaction so jetia এজেন্ট বিলাকে তেওঁলোকক পুশ কৰা আৰম্ভ কৰিলে they also started forming unions associations eta pious movement it became a struggle between the agents and between the unions. State suffered when there was a CA movement was there in Assam. Large number of women participated in that. আৰু খুধিলে কয় যে আমি মাইক্ৰোফাইনেন্স লোনৰ কাৰণে আহিছো কিয় some organizer has given them a hope that thereby will destabilize the state, and once state is destabilized your loan is also gets waived. We have to intervene, and state like Assam to establish that social synergy now we have to spend not less than 6,000 to 7,000 crores, which is very, very painful for any state. Because these 6,000 crore, we could have set up 12-10 medical colleges. We could have set up hospital. We could have set up schools. Now, but for us, our mothers are very, very important. Our sisters are very, very important. We have to bring sanity in the sector. We have to bring harmony in the sector. So what we have to do, we did a fast tranche of microfinance loan. Ami 25,000 toka kori jar ji asil ami dilu. Starting this month, we are starting the second phase. Then the next phase. And bleeding 6,000 crores has actually destabilized my government like anything. And we have to take lot of pain. Karon এখন state government jiman resource thake tat jetia 6,000 crore goes to a unproductive value, then you can imagine actually central or jetia amak toka diye state share ami if we pay 10% we get 90%. These 6,000 crores had a potential of bringing 60,000 crore to the state. So many people link up to election jika kan. It was not election jika to horu kotha, otherwise also we would have won. Issue is why we have to do it, because we cannot see pain in the eyes of our mothers, and they join this movement thinking that they will do something. So today in this sector, when state is trying to do everything possible to stabilize sector, aru ajiu moi aimati hokolok onurodh korim je loan kom lok kintu loan ghurai dio, loan ghurai nidia গৈ পেলাই পিছত আমি বেছি জমা হৈ গলে আন্দোলনলৈকে যোৱা এইবিলাকে আমাৰ অসমখনক পিছুৱাই লৈ গৈ থাকিব. বাট এট দা সেম টাইম আমি যদি 10,000 টকা লোন ন টেক 10,000 which is within the area of reimburse, টেক 10,000 কোনোবা আহিলেও জোৰ কৰি নলব. এজন সকলে কব 1 লাখ লৈ দিয়ক বাইদেউ একো কাগজ নালাগে, সেই দিন নাই. আমি কম যে নহয় মোক প্ৰথম 10,000 লব দিয়ক, মই 10,000 ঘূৰাই দিম, তেতিয়া মই 20,000 লম, 20,000 ঘূৰাই দিম, তেতিয়া মই 40,000 লম. নাও এই সেক্টৰটোত আমি এটা sanity ঘূৰাই আনিব লাগে, because microfinance is not a bad word. আমাৰ কিছুমান পেপাৰেও microfinance কৰিলে. No, this is the most potent weapon to transform the society. এইটোতকৈ microfinance লোনতকৈ ডাঙৰ কোনো উপায় নাই, কাৰণ directly you cannot become MSc. আপুনি microfinance কৰিব লাগিব, microfinanceৰ পৰা MSc হ'ব লাগিব, MSc পৰা medium enterprise, then you will become large. কাৰোবাৰ আৰু কোনোবাৰ ধীৰুভাই আম্বানী তাই কাৰোবাৰ লাখ লাগি গল বেলেগ কথা, but otherwise society progress in a gradual way. That you will become a first year student, then second year, then third year. Konoba student thakibo pare je double promotion pai pass kori golo. But society goes in a step by step method for the large majority. Dui ejon manuhor example to example nohoy, kan pisot jeti ami research koru I keneke bhal hol keneke beya hol, the kind of things we see later on, tar pisot ami dekhilu nohoy konoba bole bharator prai polabologia hoi gol Bangkok fraud kori. So ultimately step by step আমি যেতিয়া progress হও, that is the best progress and sustainable হয়, আমি যাক কওঁ যে বহনক্ষম. So microfinance sector টোত আমি অসমীয়া মহিলাই ইমান কাম কৰিব খোজে, তেওঁলোকৰ ইমান এনাৰ্জি আছে, তেওঁলোক ইমান ভাল, ইমান সহজ, ইমান সৰল, অলপ যদি আমি ভালকৈ গাইডেন্স দিও আপোনালোকে দেখিব যে অসমত only this microfinance sector can create the total economic revolution complete আজি যদি হা আমি বাহিৰৰ পৰা আনিছো কণী বাহিৰৰ পৰা আনিছো আমাৰ যদি ফেব্ৰিক গামুচা বাহিৰৰ পৰা আহিছে আমাৰ যদি মাছ বাহিৰৰ পৰা আহিছে everything can be reversed by our Assamese women অসমীয়া মহিলাই হলনি কৰিব পাৰে আৰু হেতু লাইনত তেওঁলোক গৈ আছিল NEDFI আজি যেতিয়া এই স্কিমটো লৈ ইন্টাৰভেন কৰিছে with 15% annual interest. So this is a very good scheme with 15% annual interest. If we can start doing it, then what happen? Gradually, once technology is in place, you can bring it down to 10%. So from state government side, I am putting 100 crore to NEDFI for this scheme. You also add 100 crore from the state government. Next level, bring more people into their set, and if need be I can make regular contribution, it doesn't matter, because we want that our women, our mohila hokol should be exposed to bank positively. Aro moi bhabu yat kuno non returner kothai nai, people will return. তাত কোনো এনেকুৱা কোনো মহিলা নাই যোনে নেকি টকা পইচা লৈ পেলাই ঘুৰাই নিদিয়া থাকে unless you push them into the wall. Once you push them to the wall, then there is no option. So মই ভাবো যে I was looking for a break in this sector যে কবাৰ পৰা অলপ শান্তিৰ বতাহ এটা আহক. And now at least after intervention of government আমাৰ মহিলা সকলেও এতিয়া কতো আন্দোলন নাই, they are returning, they have reposed faith on us. কিছুমান মহিলা সেক্টৰ পৰা উলাই গৈছে কাৰণ বাগানৰ মহিলা I was at a loss কেনেকৈ এইবিলাক হ'ব পাৰে বাগানৰ মহিলা যাৰ earning is to that point of time 135 rupees. So a woman whose earning is 135 rupees, can she take a loan of 1 lakh? So that was the damage it has been collectively done led by Bandhan Bank to our society. So in my life, I am not going to excuse Bandhan Bank for this action which they have done inflicted to the society. But at the same time, moi aimatri hokolok kom je Bandhan Bank koru loan to ghurai dio. Karon if we remain defaulter, second bank will not lend us. So teolukoko ghurai dibo lage. So এটা হৈছে কি যে তেওঁলোকৰো আমি লোনটো ঘূৰাই দিব লাগে গভৰ্নমেন্টে সহায় কৰাৰ পিছত কাৰণ যদি তেওঁলোকক ঘূৰাই নিদিও NEDFI cannot lend us. So there is a civil legal complication is there, but in spite of my personal reservation, মোৰ reservation যিয়ে নাথাকক কিয় আমাৰ মহিলা সকলে আইমাতৃ সকলে যাতে মাইক্ৰোফাইনেন্স সেক্টৰটোত নতুন জীৱন এটা আহিব পাৰে return loan to every bank. Then discontinue with the bank, you bargain with the bank যে কিমান interest of মোক দিব. As of now, bank is bargaining with you. You send it, you reverse it. যে মোক 22% দিয়ক নহলে মই লোন নলওঁ. মোক 18% দিয়ক মই নলওঁ. NEDFI 15% দিছে, if you don't give me 15%, I will not take. So NEDFI can be a benchmark. Of course, banking to NEDFI do not get money from the market and do not return. They do not have deposit. So NEDFI doesn't have a mass cost, but bank has a cost. Can bank ke karubakako hudu dibo lage ana toka. So bank and NEDFI cannot be compared, but at the same time, NEDFI's intervention in the market can create a positivity. So তাৰ পিছত আপোনালোক even 1% ৰ কাৰণেও বেংকৰ লগত নেগোচিয়েট কৰক 0.5% ৰ কাৰণেও নেগোচিয়েট কৰক because that will also help you and state government is there as a watchdog মোক কোনবা ৰিজাৰ্ভ বেংকে কক ষ্টেট বেংকে কক জুনে নকক as long as criminal procedure code and IPC is with me I am going to do whatever law allows me to do. So I'll not be bulldozed by all these things. It is very clear. So sometimes they come and they try to bulldoze me. So I am not going to one who will be bulldozed. As long as you are doing creative work, positive work, we are with you. But the time you become a modern type of Kabuliwala, we are opposed to you. As long as you behave like a banker, we are with you. But as long as you change your character to a Kabuliwala, we cannot be with you. It is as simple as that. So the moot point is that microfinance sector to eta khub bhal kam, mohot kam, povitro kam, homajok poriborton koribo pora kam. A sector to june thake, whether it is NEDFI, whether other bank, moi teolukok onurodh korim je eta povitro ontorore hoite ei kamtut nami porok. With a very, very pious heart, noble heart, with a solemn, take it as a solemn work. মই ভাবো চেঞ্জ হ'ব ইমান কাম আছে আজি জিঞ্জাৰ ভ্যালু এডিশন কোড হৈছে আজি জালুক ভ্যালু এডিশন নাই আজি আমাৰ টি আমাৰ কোৱালিটি ইজ গোইং ডাউন এভৰি স্মল টি উই আর লুজিং আওয়ার কোৱালিটি উই আর লুজিং আওয়ার মার্কেট ধান কিনিবৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ কিছুমান আমি এফসিআই ব্লেম কৰো যে এফসিআই ধান কিনিব খোজা নাই আমি ধান কিনিব রাইস অন দেয়ার স্টক. That means our production has come down over the period. It is not going up irrespective of the silver line. Silver line is that there is already an early sign of recovery. Jodi sabo khuje last 1 year, Assam GDP is projected to be grown at 13%, which is very, very huge. Nation is growing at 6%, and you are growing at 13%, which is very, very huge. Now, that practically kiman kamod hoise jodi ami sabo jao tetele dekhibo je in 2018 prior to COVID our peak hour electricity demand was 1800 megawatts. Today our peak hour electricity demand is 2400 megawatts. So 600 megawatts power demand has been added in last 1 year. That means you can think that how much new initiative because most of the consumer domestic consumer is fixed. All those consumer has come into the line on 2018 when Prime Minister has done the last mile electricity connection. These are not domestic consumer, these are commercial and business consumer which is adding up to our power demand. But if you see that Assam still has a lowest per capita power consumption, that means our economic activity was not that high. But today, in last 1 year, we could add 600 megawatts peaks our electricity demand, which is huge, never happened in the history of Assam. So, early signal of economic recovery is there. Our tax revenue is going up by 30%. We have reduced tax, but our revenue is increasing. We have reduced the price of petrol diesel. Today if you go West Bengal and if you come to Assam, there is a difference of 10 rupees on diesel. But still our revenue is growing. We are now, I think last month we had a 32% growth of revenue. So GST and revenue comes then when business activity restores. So Guwahati airport is now already back to the pre-COVID period. Jiman pre-COVID period of flight asile, pre-COVID period of passenger load asile, we have crossed that. That means recovery after COVID is total. Today also we are going to take certain measures. After today at 2 p.m. we are going to sign a milestone initiative with Neyveli Lignite Corporation to produce 1000 megawatt of solar power in Assam itself. So we are going to form a joint company jot 1000 megawatt ami solar power utpadon korim. Then state owned scheme of 1000 megawatt is coming for solar power. Then there will be a third investment which is coming from another PSU for another 2000 megawatt of solar. That means in this year itself we are going to start 4000 megawatts of solar power with investment of 20,000 crores. So there are a lot of vibrancy in the sector. Already in the fish we have become self-sufficient. Now we are trying to becoming self-sufficient on fish meal because on fish we do not have to bring anything. লকডাউনৰ সময়টো we sustain on ourselves. আমাক অন্ধৰ মাছ এতিয়া নালাগে কোনোবা আহে বেলেগ কথা but we can sufficiently produce fees which is good enough for our state. But we are still bringing fish meal from Bengal. So I will request NEDFI to fund at least 2-3 medium-sized fish meal enterprise, which will make at least fish and fish meal both will be completely self-sufficient. Second is egg. Assam is consuming 40 lakhs egg per year in a very conservative way. Now with large initiative, which one unit is coming in Dhubri, one unit has already, Bahubali is working. So I think in 2 years of time, we will be self-sufficient on egg also. Third target is pork, because we consume pork, but it is really sad that somebody is sending us pork. But there are a lot of individual initiatives which will make us self-sufficient on pork also. On paddy, I am sure that ebar ami janeke MSP intervention korilu, I think paddy production will organically go up in this year. Fourth and fifth target will be that if we can become self-sufficient on মাছ জাতীয় শস্য বা আমি যেটো অইল সিড বুলি কওঁ, if we can be self-sufficient, because ৰাইচৰ পিছত আমাৰ খেতি পথাৰখন throughout the year পৰি থাকে, যদি আমি মাছ জাতীয় শস্যলৈকে মানুহক আকৰ্ষিত কৰিব পাৰো, then one by one will cross all those milestones. On industry sector, we have taken 3 initiatives. Now we are going to sign a MOU with SIDB, which will create a 5,000 crore credit guarantee scheme for our MSME. That means MSME 5,000 koti taka leke loan loar pisot will be able to recover their money from SIDB's credit guarantee fund. So these will encourage banks in a big way to give finance to the MSME. Third, second initiative is that with NEDFI, SIDB and Government of Assam, we are going to create a startup fund of 200 crores, which will be available for startup. So MFI, startup, then MSME. Next pillar is the cluster development. So we are working with SIDB to create clusters where particular economic activity can be taken, which is in tune with one district, one product of Prime Minister. যে এটা ডিস্ট্রিক্টৰ এটা স্পেসিফিক প্ৰডাক্ট হ'ব, সেই প্ৰডাক্টটো সেই ক্লাষ্টাৰটোত আমি ডেভেলপ কৰিম. ইট মে বি এগ্ৰিকালচাৰ প্ৰডাক্ট, বাট এইটো নহয় যে ঘেঁহু আমি আমেৰিকাত পঠাম, আমেৰিকাৰ পৰা আমি ব্ৰেডটো ল'ম. The product will be in agriculture product, suppose lemon হ'ব, but lemon will be processed. And কেঁচা লেমনটো আমি নপঠাওঁ. We know that raw ananas cannot be sent in a huge number. এটা দুটা showcase আমি পঠাব পাৰো, but there is a limit. You have to convert it to the pulp, otherwise you cannot. Now Karbi Alang people are sending ginger, but ginger why? We have to send ginger powder, not the ginger. So যেতিয়ালৈকে আমি value addition নকৰিম, so agriculture department and our cluster development program will have a synergy. Jot agriculture department will create that particular product, or horticulture will create that product, and in cluster will process that. So that one district, one product, jito Prime Minister project ase, all these things can be offloaded aru ami next level ot loi jabo paru. So lot of positive vibes is going on, lot of positivity is around us. Moi request korim je hokoluke je let us continue with that positivity. Aru moi hodai eta kotha biswas koru je state ot jetialeke negativity thakibo, only few will benefit. Kiyo negativity korile monopoly create hoy. Konobai jodi koy নাই আমাৰ হস্পিটাল নচলে, নার্সিং হোম ভাল নহয়, that means the established nursing home creates that rumor so that no competitor can come. State of industry কৰি লাভ নাই, নাহিব কিহৰ কাৰণে? The existing industry can benefit, they have access, monopoly access to the market. So negativity helps few, positivity helps majority. So state of যিকোনো কাৰণতে যেতিয়া আপুনি negativity দেখিব তাৰ পিছফালে কোনোবা মানুহ দেখিব যাৰ monopolistic tendencies will be there. বা যেটা positivity থাকিব তেতিয়া আপোনালোকে দেখিব that some groups of people is working towards welfare of the people. So let us shun negativity in this 27 foundation of NEDFI. Let us take a vow, let us take a vow that ami negativity kami posroy nidiu amar somajot, ami positivity posroy dim. Will be good amak jetia konobai loan dibo, loan to loar agote ami tinibar cinta korim ami ghurai dibo parim na nai. Loan to ghurai nidia mane karobar toka to atmosat kora, jitu amar ketiao character nasil, amar character hobo noare. Rightly wrongly আমি যেতিয়া লোন হাতত ললো আমি লোন ঘূৰাই দিব লাগিব সেই কাৰণে 2 লাখ টকা লৈকে নেটফিয়ে দিব খুজিছে but if you cannot take 2 lakhs and return it, take your calculation right, start with 50,000, then in next 1 year you go to 2 lakhs. So by doing this we can create a economic movement in Assam, eta অৰ্থনৈতিক বিপ্লৱ আমি অসমত নিৰ্মাণ কৰিব পাৰিম। সকলোকে ধন্যবাদ জনাইছো নেতৃত্ব বিশেষকৈ আগৰ বছৰ আৰু এতিয়াতকৈ ভাল হওক তাকে কামনা কৰি